questions from either adults or their kids on are you a boy or a girl. I definitely don't have this issue anytime recently, but even before I came out as transgender, I got that question a lot because I was really androgynous. I'll probably add in a few pictures here to show you guys just me growing up and stuff, so kind of the idea of why I got those questions. Growing up, I always had short hair for as much as I can remember, except for like my junior year of high school. For senior pictures, I grew it out. But I definitely got the question a lot, like, are you a boy or girl? I played Little League until they literally told me that I had to go play softball because I wasn't allowed to play with the boys in Little League anymore. And so I played softball for like a year or two and then quit because it wasn't what I wanted to be a part of, basically. So there's that. And then another story, before, probably like 2 years before I started hormones, and probably like a year before I came out as transgender, I was going into the restroom and entered the stall, and a guy poked his head in the door and was like, "Honey, are you okay in here?" And she was like, "Yeah, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh, well, a guy just came in here, so I was just checking on you." And she was like, "No, I'm sure it's fine, blah, blah, blah." They still were talking about it and left. I finished what I was doing in the restroom and washed my hands and walked out. And they were still talking about it outside of the bathroom, and I basically said, just because I have short hair doesn't mean I'm a boy. You don't need to make those assumptions about people. And then just like walked in the other direction, didn't even wait for a reply. So I definitely was okay with standing up for myself at the time, but looking back, it was more an aggravation. Like, yes, I wish I could go into the men's restroom. That would make my life so much easier, but at that time I felt more threatened in the men's restroom than the women's. So it definitely took probably about 3 to 6 months after being on T where I felt comfortable going into the men's restroom alone, mostly because my friend would usually like go with me, so he would take up the urinal, and a lot of the bathrooms we went to was just one urinal and one stall, so if he was taking up the urinal, then by default I had to use the stall, so it wasn't ever an awkward situation. Looking back, if I could redo that situation, I definitely would, not necessarily that situation, but any situation where someone's questioning your gender. I mean, basically they're asking you like what's in your pants, and it really doesn't matter to anyone else except for you and then possibly your partner what you do sexually and whatnot. So for them, like, how rude would it be for you to walk up to a complete stranger and be like, what size is your penis? Like, that's not an appropriate question to ask a stranger. Maybe if you were my friend and we had that close of a relationship, I wouldn't take it as offensively if you asked me some lower question things. But if you're a complete stranger, you have no business knowing or asking me about that. So I definitely take more offense to those type of questions and kind of react more defensively because it really is nobody else's business. So hopefully this helps some of you guys. Definitely just be strong and confident in who you are and stand up for yourself. And as long as you portray that confidence, I feel like you have less issues in the social world. So anyway, I hope you all have a good weekend, and find me on Instagram and follow us all on Tumblr. Have a good day.